opening week is presented by PNC Bank. It's the concluding game of the first 4 games of the year here in Miami. Lone Depot Park. The Buccos and the Miami Marlins getting ready to play ball. Pirates trying to even the series. The Marlins walked off the Bucs in extra innings last night. Greg Brown, along with former Pirates closer and all-star, the Mad Capper, Matt Capps, Hannah Mears will be along. We all get our first look, at least in the regular season, the Pirate debut of veteran lefty Andrew Heaney. And this is a guy that kind of fits the mold. The Pirates have brought in these veteran lefties over the years, Matt, with much success, actually.
Yeah, they have. There's a track record of bringing in lefties that have some experience like Heaney has and been successful. And he's the type of personality, the type of guy that we want on the mound today to try to salvage this opening series and leave with a split. You see his numbers there spread across 12 Major League seasons, a very respectable 4.45 ERA, 51-62. And that bottom line right there, he's got some experience here in Miami. Looking to do the same thing, throw up 6 strong innings today and leave this ball game with the Pirates in position to win.
The former Marlin back here in Miami. Yeah, looking for some success. He's had some postseason success. A couple of years ago, he helped lead the Texas Rangers to a World Series win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here he is winning Game 4 in that Fall Classic. So Andrew Heaney will be on the mound today, making his Pirates debut, and we'll see if the Pirates don't keep this running game going. So far, they have been the running Bucs. We'll talk about it when we continue from Miami, just ahead.
I couldn't get away.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he's had a good first 3 games to the season. IKF will be back out there at shortstop today for the concluding game of the series before the Pirates head to the other side of the state, take on the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow night. And talk about the stolen bases. How about IKF, part of the running Bucs? Pirates have stolen 14 bags through the first 3 games of the season. The rest of Major League Baseball, 55.
Well, that's one thing we want to see continue as we look to run out of Miami here, hopefully with a split. What you'll see here is all these guys are timing up the pitchers, are getting good jumps and putting some pressure on the defense. And the benefit of putting the pressure on the defense is you're going to force some mistakes. We've seen some throwing mistakes here in Miami, balls going into the outfield, allowing, right here's one of them, which is going to allow the lead runner to score from third base, an opportunity to get on into third base with a trailing runner. But this Pirates offense is just going to have to be aggressive as they get on the base paths and continue to put pressure on the other team.
Jack Sawinski had one of those steals, and he's been looking pretty good so far.
Well, I mean, I like what I see at the plate from Jack Sawinski, and defensively too. But that right there, a hanging breaking ball in the zone, and this approach for him going to the opposite field keeps the barrel in the zone when he gets a mistake pitch up and elevated and just robbed. I mean, a great play by Griffin Conine last night, but going the opposite field several times, and even his outs right now, that was a hard hit baseball over 100 miles an hour. So nice to see Jack looking good.
Each of the first 3 games this series decided by 1 run. They've been thrillers.
You try to scream, but Tara, take the sound before you make it. You start to freeze, and so it looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is daylight night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's daylight night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Ooh, you hit the door.
Pittsburgh baseball coverage on SNP, and by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. For the first 2 games of the season, the roof and the panels were open, but with the threat of rain here in South Florida, the last 2 games, the roof will be closed. And the Pirates trying to close out This first series with a win. Last year, of course, they swept the 4-game series here at Lone Depot Park. Looking for a good start from Andrew Heaney and trying to get the offense too in gear. Talking about the stolen bases, it's been nice, but Pirates have not really taken full advantage. O'Neill Cruz, some of the legends of the Marlins are here. In fact, they inducted into their Hall of Fame. They inducted Jeff Conine, Levon Hernandez on hand, along with some of the other legends. I'm not sure, but you and I were taking guesses, Matt. I think Charles Johnson, maybe Antonio Alfonseca.
I saw Juan Pierre down there too, but that's...
I think Luis Castillo, yeah, Juan Pierre. At any rate, Derek Shelton there chatting with Daniel Vogelbach, and the Pirates starting lineup looks like this. Adam Frazier, Brian Reynolds, and Tommy Pham will hit third in this one. Andrew McCutchen returns to the starting lineup as the DH, and hitting cleanup, Jack Sawinski in center, Eddie Rodriguez, Jared Triolo, and Manuel Valdez will make his first Pirates start. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at short.
And they're going to be taking on Max Meyer. Last season, you see his numbers, made 11 starts, 5.68 ERA, 276 opponent average. And Max is making his first start of the 2025 campaign, his second career start against the Pirates. And he is mainly going to feature a slider. Throws it 45, almost 46% of the time is the slider, then the four-seam fastball, a changeup, and an occasional sinker to round out his arsenal.
Defense, you got Bride, Edwards, Lopez, and Wagaman around the infield, with Sanoa, Myers, and Conine in the outfield. Left to right, Nick Fortes does the catching. And it was Griffin Conine who made the game-saving catch on the Jack Sawinski home run, potential home run in the 8th inning. And his dad, Jeff, inducted into the Hall of Fame a few moments ago, the Marlins Hall of Fame. Umpires having a serious discussion here. Off to the side between the pitcher's mound and first base. Clayton McCullough is the rookie skipper. He's going to find out exactly what's going on. Maybe he said something to them. Roberto Ortiz is the home plate umpire. Bill Miller at first base, the crew chief. Chad Fairchild, Ben May, the others. Now Derek Shelton wants to be informed. What's the deal here?
I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary or unusual. Maybe we should ask Bill Miller to press that little button.
Looking at the lineup card. That's interesting. Gonna be a late scratch. We'll have to take a look. Yeah, that's got to be it. Somebody change in the lineup card. We'll figure that out as we go along here. Adam Frazier is going to lead things off.
I'm not seeing anything out there that we didn't expect, Greg.
Well, maybe the batting order changed. At any rate, I'm sure they'll let us know. Strike on Adam Frazier. Max Meyer, first-round pick. The University of Minnesota, hard-throwing righty, and Frazier with a drive to center field and several steps in front of the warning track, and the catch is made by Dane Myers. One up and one down. So Max Meyer retires Frazier, and now it's Brian Reynolds. Meyer, third pick overall 5 years ago at the University of Minnesota. Tommy John surgery not long after he made a start against the Pirates in 2022.
It was right after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He only went like
Tommy John.
2 hitters or 3 hitters
in
that start against the Buccos.
And we're real careful with him last year. He actually started the year in the rotation for the Marlins, and then they sent him down to the minors. 0-2. A Woodbury, Minnesota native, just 8 miles east of St. Paul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Reynolds. Meyer tied Paul Molitor for the highest draft pick by a Golden Gopher in University of Minnesota history. Molitor was a 3rd pick overall in 1977. 2-2. For all intents and purposes, Reynolds a 1st-round pick by the Giants, though literally a 2nd-rounder because they didn't have a 1st-round pick. And a strikeout. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, there's that slider from Meyer that he throws about every other pitch. We've seen first 2 batters of this ball game. That was the pitch he got Adam Frazier with, and now that's a better one to Brian Reynolds. Looks like a strike and just darts underneath the barrel.
Tommy Pham last night, 1 plate appearance, struck out looking. It was a late addition to the lineup. Came in to play left field, event furniture and mattress strike zone, and then he got 1 at bat. It was in the 11th inning. 2 balls, no strikes on him. And this will be a 6-3, 1-2-3 first inning for Max Meyer here in Miami. During the break, Derek Shelton out to talk to the crew chief.
Yeah, I'm really curious to find out what that was about, with Clayton McCullough coming out talking to the umpires before the game.
Well, here's the lineup we were given. Xavier Edwards, Otto Lopez, Dane Myers, 1, 2, 3. Eric Wagaman, Jonah Bride, Derek Hill, the middle 3. In the bottom third of the order, Nick Fortes, Griffin Conine, Javier Sanoa. Andrew Heaney's Pirates debut.
That's the same lineup we were given a while ago, so not any last-minute changes that I see there. So that will pass along what the conversation was about as soon as we know. Heaney getting ahead 0-2. Take a look at his Pennsylvania State Lottery numbers from last season. 32 games, 31 of them starts. 4.28, 160 innings pitched.
Line right to second, and there's Adam Frazier. Xavier Edwards is the first out. 1 in the books for Heaney, first batter. Retired. Event furniture and mattress defense. He was played perfectly. And Manuel Valdez over at first base. Kinder, Valefa, Triolo on the left side. Pham, Sawinski, Reynolds outfield left to right. And Endy Rodriguez catches for the first time in this series. Started at first base, first 2 games. Adam Frazier's fine defensive work, especially late in the ball game. And Jared Triolo, a lot of work at third base last year. Fly ball to center, and that's Jack Sawinski. And Lopez is out number 2. Heaney wasn't terribly impressive statistically speaking in spring training, but we've seen that a lot with veterans. Remember Bailey Falter last spring training last year? How bad things looked, but then as the season went on, he was one of the better, more consistent starting pitchers.
Well, a lot of times guys that have been around the block like Heaney has, they just trying to get the body moving, get the body, accustomed to handling the workload, things like that. So that's why you do see it's not uncommon at all to see a guy with as much time as Heaney's got to not have the numbers performance-wise in spring training, and then the quote-unquote lights turn on and it's a different guy when the season starts. So hopefully that's what we see here. And so far, nice to see 2 quick outs on 5 pitches. See if we can get Heaney to go deep into this ball game. That'd be nice for that Pirates bullpen that had to absorb 12 innings last night.
Heaney was a Marlins first-round pick in 2012 out of Oklahoma State. 3-1 pitch. Myers, who was the hero at the end, delivering a game-winning single in the 12th. Pulls this one to left, and he's aboard for Eric Wagaman.
And he needs the kind of guy with his stuff. He's going to have to get ahead and be aggressive from the first pitch on, as you just saw right there with Dane Myers falling behind 3-0 and having to come into the big part of the strike zone. He doesn't have the overpowering fastball. He's got a four-seamer, a slider, and a changeup.
Weekly hit, and there is Triolo. Guns it over to first base. Heaney, a scoreless first in his Pirates debut, onto the second. Our Pennsylvania Western University stat of the day: teams with the most walks so far early going this season. The Dodgers with 21, the Pirates with 20. Dodgers and Cubs each have played 2 more games. They started the year in Japan. Andrew McCutchen steps in. He was a pinch hitter last night in the 9th inning and struck out. Pirates had some opportunities. They were just 3 for 18 with the men in scoring position. They're going 3 for 8 in their victory on Friday. McCutchen, Sawinski, Rodriguez here against Max Meyer, who retired the Bucks in order. Fly ball left field, fair ball. It's gone, and it is gone. First of the year, 236 in his Pirates career. 4 shy of Clemente, and a 1-0 Pirates lead. Andrew McCutchen. 1-0 Bucks.
Not a cheap one either. Wow. Kutch turned and burned in a 1-2 count. Got a 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. I was talking about Meyer. How about every other pitch is a slider? That's his go-to out pitch. Kutch turned and burned on that one like he knew it was coming. Retro Kutch.
800th career extra base hit for Andrew McCutchen in his major league career.
Hey, let him know. Let him know.
He's having some fun. There's a Pirate home run totals. Two balls and a strike. Andrew McCutchen having some fun with someone in the stands wearing a USA jersey. Jack Sawinski fouls it off. Nothing Pirates. Three and 2. Jack Sawinski was a 1 for 5. That RBI double in the first inning. And goes down swinging. A strikeout. That is Niger Morgan. I thought that's what that T was for. The former Buck. T Plush.
Tony Plush in the house.
Niger Morgan, the former Pirate. Here it is, the T Plush in the house.
It's beautiful.
That is awesome. 1-0 Pirates. Former teammate, there he is. The greatest.
Having some fun,
He
smiling.
is always smiling. Oh my gosh. He is something else. Andy Rodriguez now. Pops it up to left. Sanoa. Well, Andrew McCutchen. First home run of the season. Look at that, 96 up.
Yeah, like I was saying,
Man.
that's old school Andrew McCutchen right there, being able to turn a 96 up and in.
There it is. T plush. And that home run was brought to you by UPMC. Andrew McCutchen. And his former teammate in the house, Jared Triolo, playing third base. At first base last night was 0 for 4, his first action in the early going this season. His first at bat last night sent the center fielder back to the wall.
That slider from Meyer is nasty.
Yeah.
92 miles an hour hard.
And he faced 3 batters back in 2022 in Pittsburgh and left that start July that year, and then underwent the Tommy John. 2-2. Stays even on Jared Triolo. Another foul. Paying attention to his Houston Cougars. Jared Triolo. Hosting a Tennessee today. Full count.
I don't want to tell him I've got Tennessee winning.
Oh, no. Another foul.
Who you got, Greg?
I thought you were going to say you had Bama.
I like Bama, but no, I had Tennessee winning it in my bracket.
I got Michigan State.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought you were a Michigan guy.
No. Bouncing ball. Third base. Well done, Jonah Bride. Leadoff home run for Andrew McCutchen, his first of the year, and 236 in his Pirates career with Niger Morgan.
Well, Andrew McCutchen's home run put the Buccos up 1-0, but Niger Morgan, a former Pittsburgh Pirate here, I mean, Tony Plush is what you may know him better as, but he was going crazy for Kutch. Kutch is throwing up the tee around the bases. First and foremost, what's it like to be here and see a guy like Andrew McCutchen, who you watch from such a young age with the Bucs?
Oh, that's amazing. You know, I told him that he was going to raise the Jolly Roger today. And then on top of that, you know, former pitching coaches on the other side, Daniel Mosco. So, you know, we kind of all know each other, and it was a good, beautiful game plan. And I'm here to watch. And as a spectator, I'm here with my boy, and we're enjoying this game. And where's my guy Brownie at? I know Brownie and Caps are up there.
Get the picture. He is crazy.
He's having a ton of fun down here, guys. If you have any questions about who's having the most fun in this stadium right now, it's T Plush over here. Hey, Kutch came around the bases, by the way. He was throwing up the tee. He said that he's doing this for you today. What did it mean to see him run around throwing up that tee to you?
Well, I knew it was going to happen anyway. I told you, we scouted it out. It was a whole game plan. This was all planned. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing when a plan comes through. Brownie, what's up, baby? Caps, I see you guys up there.
T Plush.
Yeah.
Let's go. He is crazy.
He's the best.
He has so much love for
he is
Pittsburgh
the
right now,
best.
and he's been talking so highly of Andrew McCutchen. T Plush, one last thing for you here
What's up? I'm
about
sweating
Kutch,
bullets.
right? I
I'm all
know.
excited
You're getting
right
us
now.
hype here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Play
no.
it first, play it second.
Oh, he's, yeah.
They're going to get one
What a
at
nice
least
play
there,
that
T
is.
Plush by Heaney. But Valdez, new Pirate today over here on first base. You get a great view of him as well.
Who am I looking at?
Emmanuel Valdez right here.
Okay. I don't
We're
know.
gonna throw it to Brownie real quick to break this one down for us.
Hey, I don't know too much about the homie on first, but it's all good. He got to live the dream, so it's all good, Brownie. Raise a Jolly Roger, baby.
Oh my goodness, that guy is absolutely nuts. That is a great play by Valdez, and Manuel Valdez throwing and the pick on the other end by IKF. Fortes into left, and that is trouble. Pham on the move, but this is going to tie the game on the double by Nick Fortes. That is his third hit. He's had some big hits in the series. Scores Derek Hill. Failed to advance the runner on the bunt, but scores on the double by Fortes.
It looks like the slider, middle part of the plate there. And Fortes able to get the barrel out, keep it fair, tuck it down the left field line. Good base running right here. I was actually talking to Blake Lally before the game about the Marlins' philosophy on running the bases and not taking a big angle. But Derek Hill scores easily from first base right there in that situation. And yeah, you thought we were catching a break with getting Jonah Bride out at second base on the failed sacrifice bunt attempt, but well done by Valdez and IKF on the backside of that play.
Conine, the lefty hitter, whose dad was inducted into the Marlins Hall of Fame at a pregame ceremony, facing the veteran left-hander Andrew Heaney, who retired the Marlins in the first inning. But that leadoff walk to Jonah Bride here in the second. Wearing the same number his dad wore, honoring his dad Jeff at number 18. Emotional pregame ceremony. Griffin Conine with one out. Weekly hit. Play made. And the stretch on the other end. Boy, already. And Manuel Valdez.
Yeah, nice
Good
play.
work.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. From Valdez and from Heaney. And the Pirates catching a break in that situation with Nick Fortes not going to third. I don't think he had a good angle on how hard that ball was hit or how far away from Heaney it was. That's a base running mistake on the Marlins. Benefit for the Pirates.
Valdez. Big stretch. Imagine, Matt, there comes a point where you got to decide, am I going to come off the bag here? And that was touch and go for Valdez, the 26-year-old veteran the Pirates picked up in a trade in December. He's replaced Nick Gonzalez on the roster. Javier Sanoa fouls it off to the right, out of play. Sanoa 0 for 1 last night, had a sacrifice bunt. 22-year-old from Venezuela. 1-1 score. Andrew Heaney, first-round pick of the Marlins, 9th overall in 2012 out of Oklahoma State. Made his major league debut with the Fish 2 years later. Two and two. Sanoa listed at just 5'7". No surprise that his hero growing up in Venezuela, the 5'6" all-star Jose Altuve. And the other way, and the catch is made by Reynolds. But the RBI double by Fortes ties it at 1. Free MLB.tv with T-Mobile. Redeem today at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Pirate fans on hand. Looks like Beth Hallam down from Pittsburgh. Bethany Hallam. Strike on Manuel Valdez. In the air to Myers, and that is Out number 1 in the 3rd. And Valdez flies out to Myers in center. Brings up Isaiah Kiner Falefa. 2 for 3 with a couple of walks in the game last night. He has 3 hits in the series, has drawn 4 walks.
Just below your Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone. You'll see there. Ooh. Followed up with a nice changeup.
Meyer was on the IL with the right shoulder bursitis September of last year and shut down the rest of the season early September. And he's got his 3rd strikeout.
But you see IKF chase that slider down below the zone right here. You see it again. So IKF has to swing at that after the 2 pitches, the fastball and then changeup right at the bottom. You can command your fastball down. You'll get a lot of chases of the breaking ball below.
Adam Frazier flied out to start the game. Up the middle, but a man there at short. It's Edwards. And so Max Meyer retires the side in order. Moments ago, Derek Shelton again talking to the crew chief. Bill Miller.
Man, I wish we had the context here on what's been going on before the game and now a couple of times in between innings.
You're trying to read lips, trying to figure this out. He's pointing kind of toward the dugout there. They made a notation, I thought maybe on the lineup card, but maybe on a different, it looked like maybe a piece of paper. Maybe something to do with the communication in the dugout in terms of replay.
It could be something like that. I don't know what it is, but temper's not flaring or anything at all like that just yet. But Derek looks to be a little frustrated with whatever it is.
Yeah, the Marlins manager looked like he informed the umpiring crew of something, and then they gathered before the first pitch of the game was delivered. One ball, 2 strikes. Two. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess. Might as well. That McCullough's having trouble with some communication with his clubhouse with replay, and told the umpiring crew that, and it's an unfair advantage for the Pirates to be able to communicate with Kevin Roach. So he's told, this is a total guess. Why not have fun here?
Well, that's a fair guess. Did they review that play at second base with IKF and with Derek Hill's sacrifice bunt?
Strike 3 called. They did not review. They didn't challenge it. Strike 3 called. Heaney gets Edwards. His first Pirate strikeout.
Looks like a little backdoor slider there.
Otto Lopez comes to the plate. That strikeout was presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. We don't know for certain what that is, but we'll keep trying to get you an answer. 1 ball, 1 strike on Otto Lopez. Talked in our open about Heaney helping lead the Texas Rangers to a World Series victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks a couple years ago. This 33-year-old lefty, experienced southpaw, who has played over the years with some of the best in the game. He knocks it down, keeps it close. So he didn't get a clean glove on it, but close enough. And then he throws a little wide again to Valdez, no problem.
Calm, cool, and collected. So that's something experience right here. You'll see a lot of guys early in their careers, the game will speed up on them right there in that situation and start freaking out looking for the baseball. Haney knows he got the glove on it. Now find the ball. Okay, still got time. Make a throw.
A little frustrated with himself. On the plate. Dane Myers now at the plate. Singled his first time. Out in front 0-2. One of 4 big league lefties with 150 or more strikeouts each of the last 2 seasons. Yusei Kikuchi, Framber Valdez, Mackenzie Gore, the others. Usually pretty good walks to strikeout rate over the years. Still 1-2.
Boy, lefties that strike out, guys. What about that debut, season debut from Mackenzie Gore the other night?
Oh my gosh.
13 strikeouts on opening day.
Yes, he did. The strikeout. He's going to head to first. And Andy Rodriguez throws him out. 1-2-3. Couple of strikeouts for Heaney. A 1-1 game. Andrew Heaney, Pirates debut here in Miami, facing the team that drafted him. Andrew McCutchen gave him a 1-0 lead, but the Marlins tied it on the double by Fortes in the second. It's Reynolds, Pham, and McCutchen facing Max Meyer. Struck out Reynolds his first time up. Eric Shelton talked about the fact that he was able to get Reynolds off his feet to a degree, de-aging him last night. And this one is going to sneak into left field and maybe more than just a single. And it will be if Reynolds can get there before this throw, and he does. Well played by Sanoa. Now Reynolds doubles to lead off the fourth.
That's just a hustle double for Brian Reynolds. Nothing else Sanoa or anybody on the Marlins could do on this. Just off the end of the bat, almost looked like he was just trying to foul that pitch off like a 2-strike approach. But you see the third baseman Bride there playing well off the line. Brian just beats the baseball. Hard nose, love it.
Out of the box.
Yeah, you see right there from his first step on, he's thinking a double. That's what it takes.
Catches the bottom of the zone, 1-2. A daily occurrence, it seems.
I was just about to say, we've
Pitch
seen
count.
this.
Needs a new ribbon.
Lone Depot Park struggling with the technology here, it seems.
Clayton McCullough hired this winter as the Marlins skipper, 17th manager in Marlins history. Two-two. Fortes Pretty good defender behind the dish. The block there. Working with this former first-round pick, Max Meyer, 26 years old now. Opening day, Pham was 1 for 3 with a walk, hit batter, double, stolen base. But he strikes out here. That's the 4th for Max Meyer. Andrew McCutchen, who homered in the first of the season. Well, when he's got former teammates in the house, he shines. How about September 15th, 2016 in Philadelphia? He had promised his buddy and former Pirate A.J. Burnett, Batman, who had retired after the 15th season. Promised him a couple of homers, and he delivered. Don't know what promises were made to T. Plush. But he sure had some fun with Nyjer Morgan. There he is.
He's ready for it.
Yeah, just in case, huh? Of course, Nyjer, former teammate of Matt Capps.
One of my favorites. Played with him here in Pittsburgh, minor leagues and big leagues, and in D.C.
Now, were you traded before he? I mean, did you move on before he?
No, him and Sean Burnett were traded the year before.
This is it again, the home run by McCutchen. And there it is. T. Fouled off. Matt, I tell you, I'll never forget that clubhouse after the trade. I've been around a long time. I don't remember a pall was over that clubhouse, how quiet it was when Nyjer Morgan was traded.
Yeah.
He brought so much energy.
Yeah, I mean, heart and soul kind of that kind of guy. You know, and I remember I got traded from Washington over to Minnesota, and a lot of guys on the Minnesota team were just curious about Nyjer Morgan and the Tony Plush mantra that he carried, alter ego. I said, look, he's one of those guys, when you play with him and he's on your side, you absolutely love him.
On the other hand, was he your opponent?
I played against him. I faced him. He was in Milwaukee, and I was in Minnesota the next year, and played against him and faced him. And you know, one of the things that made him such a great teammate made him a tough competitor.
Yeah.
You know, and one of those guys he didn't like to play against because he played hard. He did everything he could to help his team.
It was the end of June 2009. The Pirates traded Nyjer Morgan and lefty Sean Burnett to the Nationals for Joel Hanrahan and Lastings Millage. Now, it turned out to be a great deal for the Pirates because of Hanrahan, not necessarily Millage, but Hanrahan became Pirate closer. And that day he was traded, that clubhouse was totally different. 2-2 on Sawinski after the McCutchen strikeout. 5 Ks now for Max Meyer. Got Sawinski swinging in the second. A leadoff double, and Pham and McCutchen with back-to-back Ks. Fly ball to center field, and then Myers. Reynolds doubles. He's stranded. 1-1.
Rodriguez and Andrew Heaney is a pairing of young, loud energy and a quiet veteran wisdom. Endy joked about their polar opposite personalities, saying Heaney is much more quiet than him, but he respects that. And if only playing 52 games in the big leagues as a catcher before today. He came into this game very eager to catch a guy like Andrew Heaney with over a decade of Major League time and a World Series ring. And he told me that Heaney's experience can only help him improve behind the plate, admitting that Heaney will challenge him to be more prepared and on top of his game because he brings a lot of information. But with that, Endy's goal today is to handle all of that information and try to make this a great start for the both of them, Brownie.
Thank you, Hannah. Yep. It's always important, of course, the relationship.
Oh yeah, battery communication, being on the same page. There's nothing worse as a pitcher than when you're not on the same page with your catcher and you're constantly shaking or things like that, and things just seem to go so much smoother. Your confidence is higher when catcher puts down a finger or presses the right button, and it's like, yep, that was right with what I was thinking, what I was in line with. Everything just flows. I think as a pitcher, I'd like the personality of a guy like Endy Rodriguez behind the plate too. See him give the fist pump. Come on, throw this one here. Kind of the encouraging confidence behind the plate.
And a base hit for Wagaman to start the inning. His first hit of the young season. Eric Wagaman brings up Jonah Bride. So Bride, who walked to start the second. Pops this one up. Sawinski for the first out. We're going back to that discussion. Clayton McCullough informed the umpires just before the game started of something. There was a big discussion, and then Shelton came out. Bill Miller, the crew chief. There's the home plate umpire, Roberto Ortiz. They're changing something on that is the lineup sheet. And this has to be what it is. This is the Pirates lineup card. That name there, Luarbert Arias, is a pitcher who's not on the roster that we were given before the game, but he is on the Pirates lineup card, so that has to be it. That Luarbert Arias is now apparently available in the bullpen. Don't know who was taken off the roster. We'll have to go back and look at that lineup card. Derek Hill, 2 balls, no strikes. There you have it. Oh, Tinoco's not on there. That's who it is. Oh, Jesus Tinoco. They did not inform us of this, but thanks to the crack crew we have here. Three 3-0 on Derek Hill. Green light. Time called by the batter. Heaney was traded by the Marlins in December of 2014 to the Dodgers in a 7-player deal. Included D. Gordon and Dan Herron from the Dodgers to the Marlins. 3-2. 5 hours later, Heaney was dealt to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim for Howie Kendrick, and he had some fun on social media. He tweeted out, "Well, Dodgers, we had a good run. Great to be part of such a storied franchise. Hashtag thanks for the memories." And he put up pretty good numbers while with the Angels. July 2021, traded to the Yankees. November that year, free agent, signed with the Dodgers. And then signed a free agent deal with Texas. And Haney this winter signed with the Pirates. 3-2. Still full. .60 pitches. Ground ball would come in handy.
Good at bat here, both sides. Heaney fell behind 3-0 and then threw 2 fastballs that he got Hill to swing through. Now Hill spoiling a couple of good pitches with some foul balls.
3-2.
Get him to roll over one.
Still 3-2. Eleventh pitch coming up.
You see all those four-seam fastballs, not overpowering by any stretch, but
another foul. Haney's last outing of the spring. 4 1/3 innings, 64 pitches.
there we go.
6, 4, and safe.
Well, he got what he wanted. You see on your AHN Supermo, he was safe by just a foot or so. That's what Haney was trying to get him to do, hit a ground ball, just not hit hard enough to double up the speedy Hill.
Haney pitched just 7 games at first season with the Marlins. Made 5 starts. Drilled to center field, but room. And Sawinski. Leadoff hit, and the Marlins strand a man through 4. It's still 1-1. Be sure to stay with us for the second game of our Bucks and Pucks doubleheader here on SNP coming up at 5 p.m. The Pens return home after that rough road trip to host the Ottawa Senators at PPG Paints Arena. And hope some home cooking will get them back in the win column. Some good cooking, good eats here. For a win here. Endy Rodriguez. Fly to left his first time. He looks for his first hit of this young campaign. Meyer has struck out 5. Rodriguez flied to left in the second. And he calls time. Third overall in 2020. Spencer Torkelson was #1 overall by Detroit. Heston Kjerstad was drafted 2nd by the Orioles. And then Meyer. Whoa.
Thank you.
Endy Rodriguez gets a break.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those called below the strike zone. It's been a pretty low zone for home plate umpire Roberto Ortiz. Fortunate call there for Endy.
3-2. It's a break. He draws the walk with 1 out. Pirates and Yankees play the opening home series at PNC Park starting Friday at 4:12 p.m. Saturday afternoon and then Sunday afternoon before the Cardinals come in. Opening weekend is presented by Giant Eagle. Hope you'll be on hand for the Pirates and the Yankees. PNC Park next weekend starting Friday. Pirates.com, and the bunt is popped up by Triolo.
I like the thought. Trying to get a bunt down there. Myers been in the zone after the leadoff walk. You got to think you're going to get a strike. Pitch was that? That was a fastball, sinking fastball. It looked like Jared just dropped the barrel down below his hands.
There's Manuel Valdez. First Pirate start today. He's at first base. Traded from the Red Sox this winter to Pittsburgh. He's going to call his timeout. Five strikeouts so far for Max Meyer. Oh, 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you see Myers sitting in the dugout the first 3 games of this series. Just watched how aggressive the Pirates have been on the base paths, and you see him holding right there in that situation. He's trying to lull Andy Rodriguez to sleep over at first base, trying to keep that double play in order. That's one of the ways a pitcher can control the running game without having to throw over, is vary your times. Come set, throw, then come set and hold for a period of time and then throw.
2-2 on Valdez. Speaking of Boston, how about Rafael Devers? You see that?
No.
12 at bats, 10 strikeouts.
Oh, wow.
And nice play at first. Throw to second. Hits Andy Rodriguez, and he's going to head to third. Potential double play ball. The Wagman's throw hits Andy Rodriguez.
It's just heads up base running from Andy Rodriguez right there. Wagman going back towards first base, touches the bag, which is what he's taught to do here. And a lot of times you'll see the base runner come back to first base, but watch Indy right there. He wisely gets into the grass. The base runner establishes the base path. So he's running at the angle with which the throw is going to be coming from first base. Watch right there. He goes over to his left, gets in the throwing lane, and that's a best case scenario. It hits off your back, goes into the outfield, and you get an extra base going on to third base.
What a baseball player he is.
Well done right there.
What a baseball player. Andy Rodriguez. High chopper. Digging to first. He's there. The throw wide. Pirates take the lead. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa busting it down the line. The Pirates take the lead 2-1.
Beautiful set up from Indy. Perfect. If Indy's at second base right here, my guess would be Edwards probably puts this in his pocket. He's going to take a perfect throw, and even if it does, if he makes a perfect throw, I don't know that he throws out IKF the way he gets down the line.
RBI infield a hit.
Yeah.
They're fortunate that the ball stayed in play. And now Adam Frazier. So yeah, the Andy Rodriguez base running leads to the run. That's fouled off by Frazier. A walk to Rodriguez. Got a break on that one call. Could have been strike three. Was not. Drew the free pass. Triolo popped up the bunt. Meyer made the catch. And then the ground ball by Manuel Valdez. Wagman, first baseman, steps on the bag. Throws to second. But you saw Endy Rodriguez get in that throwing lane, creating the error that leads to the run. 2-1 Pirates. Well, earlier today, the Marlins inducted Jeff Conine, Mr. Marlin, into their Hall of Fame. His family on hand, including his son Griffin, of course, a Marlin now. There's Jeff, Griffin, and family, and here is Griffin Conine leading off, and first pitch swinging, and Reynolds. One pitch, one out.
That was a cool little ceremony this morning, but it was pretty cool to be able to talk to Jeff a couple of days ago. As you'll see right there, great career, 17 seasons, two-time World Series champion, two-time All-Star. But I reminded him of my Jeff Conine story.
Oh, good, you got one.
Oh, I got one.
Strike call, a lot of first pitch strikes for Heaney.
Cincinnati, April 2007. I take a huge hack at a baseball back when pitchers would hit. You remember those days? And I'm running with everything I've got in me, which is not a whole lot. I'm not very fast. And he's the first baseman. He's laughing at me.
Oh. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I ran. Todd Coffey was pitching, and the baseball didn't leave the infield, so I'm running as hard as I can. I've just got to outrun the ball. And Jeff's covering first base. And in my run, I'm across first base, and I start laughing. And he looks at me and goes, "First hit, kid." I said, "Yes, sir." And then he kind of chuckled a little bit and laughed, and he was like, "Well, congratulations." So I reminded him of that story down there, and he's like, and by the way, it ended up being my only hit. So kind of meant something.
A 17-year career for Jeff Conine, and that 1 year in Cincinnati, 8 years with the Marlins, 6 in Baltimore. Drafted originally by the Royals. Very solid major league career. Conine, world champ with the Fish 2 separate times. 97 World Series team, Jim Leyland. Jack McKeon led the Marlins to the World Series in 2003. 1-2 on Edwards. Part of that World Series for the Rangers 2 years ago, Andrew Heaney. He has played with some stars in his own right over the years. Ground ball. Smooth play there, but again, not able to get two because of the speed of Edwards.
Well, the speed of Edwards and the ball not hit all that well. IKF does this absolutely perfectly. Gets around the baseball and gets it out of his glove quickly. Frazier makes a quick turn. Just like you said, Brownie. Edwards gets down the line too well.
Good looking play. IKF. Lopez takes ball one. Heaney has played with, over the years, Mike Trout, teammates, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Garrett Cole, Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw, Albert Pujols, and Aaron Judge, to name a few. Runner goes. Quick throw from Endy Rodriguez. And a stolen base. for Edwards.
Going on the first move here, you see Heaney picks his leg up and Edwards takes off. Nice job by Indy getting rid of it. Throw just sailed on him just a little bit.
31 steals last year and 35 tries for Edwards. Now it's scoring position for Lopez. Yankees hit any home runs yet today? Speaking of that,
I don't know.
they're leading 5-2 after 9 home runs yesterday. 3 from Aaron Judge. They lead 5-3 in the 5th over the Brewers. And Judge has homered again. He's got 4. Hit in the first inning off Aaron Savali. Jazz Chisholm hit his second.
Do you see those new bats they're using?
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense.
The meat of the bat more toward the label.
I call it more like a torpedo barrel.
Yeah. Toward right center field and over to make a diving catch is Brian Reynolds. Sensational.
Great catch by Brian Reynolds. Wow. Full extension, saving a run and extra bases. Pitchers love it.
Oh, he's leading off for the Pirates in the 6th. After the tremendous catch. And then in the bottom of the 5th inning, Brian Reynolds led off the 4th with a double. Here's the play again.
I mean, just an incredible catch right here. Great jump off the bat and then full extension going into the gap. I mean, look at the excitement from Jack Sawinski behind him. Andrew Heaney loved it. That's how you play baseball.
That is a great shot. Sawinski. That is great. Yeah, Heaney absolutely loves it. Reynolds, a strikeout victim. That is number 6 for Max Meyer. 6 Ks for Meyer in his season debut.
He's got that slider working for him. Like I was talking about earlier in the ballgame too, his ability to command his fastball and his changeup at the bottom of the strike zone is going to induce those swings at the slider down below the zone.
One ball, one strike. He's grounded out and struck out. Two balls, one strike on Tommy Pham. Excuse me, foul ball. Pennsylvania Western University educating you. How about this fact? This is the 9th different team that Pham has started in the 3-hole for in his career. That's the most teams of any player in the modern era. 9 different teams in which he has batted 3rd at some point. Last year he played on 3 different teams: White Sox, Cardinals, and Royals. Was with the Mets and D-backs 2 years ago. Played for Cincinnati and Boston in 2022. A couple years with the Padres, 20 and 21. And he lines it to right field. A 1-out single. Here comes Andrew McCutchen, and we're going to take a look at today's Bet365 live betting odds. Odds to getting a hit for Andrew McCutchen plus 320. He homered his first time up.
How about another one? Let's see a crooked number go up there.
Snap throw to first.
You can tell the Marlins are a little more conscious about the running game for the Pirates. The way the Pirates have been on the move first 3 games of this series, paying a little more attention to every base runner that gets on.
That 1-2, by the way, thanks to Jim F. As Justin Lawrence starts to loosen the Pirates bullpen. He educated us talking about those odds. If you're wondering about the odds for underdogs, are accompanied by the plus sign. If you see odds of plus 300, that means you'll win $300 for every $100 you stake. 1 ball 2 strikes on McCutchen. Thanks to our buddy Jim. Max Meyer. Gets McCutchen for a second time. He's got 7 punch outs. And the Marlins, we talked about the addition to their roster just before game time. Xavier Curry is up. They made some transactions just at game time. Recalling Larbert Arias from AAA Jacksonville. They place Jesus Tinoco on the injured list. Left low back strain. They select the contract of Xavier Curry from Jacksonville. They optioned Valente Bayoso to AAA. He was the starter yesterday. And they also DFA'd Brett DeGus for assignment. DeGus was Pirate property in spring training, and then he was picked up by the Marlins. 0-2 on Sawinski. We'll see if Derek Shelton goes to Justin Lawrence. Andrew Heaney, 5 innings so far.
You said it earlier in the ball game. Heaney's last spring training outing was what, 64 pitches?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Yes.
Well, up to 79 now. That's a pretty big jump.
Max Meyer in the big leagues last year, 57 innings, 11 appearances, 14 home runs. There's Heaney. The Randy Tomlin look-alike, somebody pointed out. Boy, is that a great call. Former Pirate lefty. Line to right field by Sawinski. And dropped by the right fielder Conine, though that really didn't have any impact on that play. Pham was going to third anyway. Base hit for Sawinski.
Yeah, Tommy Pham was headed towards and rounding second base before Griffin Conine got that baseball. So you're right, the bobble had no impact on the outcome. You see Tommy running right away, knows he's got to go first to third there.
And that'll be the last batter that Meyer faces. An encouraging start, no doubt, for this right-hander, the Marlins, but the Pirates lead it 2-1.
Hold yourself in check.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Pirates gear. As the runner, Sawinski, was off on the pitch to Endy Rodriguez, and it's fouled off.
And the new pitcher here is Xavier Curry. You see his numbers from last season with Cleveland: 16 games, 4.64 ERA, 7 walks, and 28 strikeouts in 42 2/3.
Oh, 2 count on Rodriguez.
It's all kind of running together for me time-wise, but I think Curry and Joey Bart were teammates at Georgia Tech and at East Cobb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Your neck of the
Program
woods.
outside of Atlanta. Savian, a graduate of Mays High School and then attended Georgia Tech.
Sawinski on the move again, and the Pirates have another stolen base. Jack Sawinski swiped his first bag last night. He's got another here today. "15 steals for the Bucks through the first 4 games of the season. And a ground ball to first. They just really haven't been taking full advantage of those stolen bases. Still lead by a run. Here in Miami, 6th inning. This Pirates pitching change presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
And Justin Lawrence, you see his Valvoline numbers there from last season with the Colorado Rockies: 56 games, just under 60 innings pitched, 33 walks, 45 strikeouts. He's making his second appearance for the Pirates here. He allowed 1 run on 2 hits while being charged with a blown save yesterday.
Kyle Stowers bats for Dane Myers. Lawrence gave up. That ball tipped him. Got a piece of him. Just ticked the back of his pant leg, maybe.
Wow.
Barely. Lawrence gave up a run in the 7th inning last night after getting the first 2 outs. Gave up a shallow pop, a shallow right center field. Sawinski made a diving attempt, couldn't come up with it, went for a double. Then Lopez with a base hit. One of 4 hits allowed by Andrew Heaney in his Pirates debut. Second baseman Frazier gets 1 and gets 2. Fancy footwork.
A great job by Adam Frazier right there. IKF was having to go back behind second base in case the ball got past Frazier. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there between the two, but Frazier plays this perfectly. You see IKF going back at a different angle to try and get the ground ball, and then when Adam's able to get to it, experience there tells him he's got more time. Make the tag, make the throw.
Miami is challenging the outcall at second and the outcall at first.
We're going to go ahead and challenge both calls. The out at second, the out at first.
See right here if Falvey held on to the bag. Well, from that angle, I would say we got 2 outs. hard to tell from that angle.
And Frazier.
Yeah, maybe he's off, but I'm not sure. It's got to be indisputable evidence here to
After
overturn
review,
it.
the call at second base is confirmed. The runner is out. After review, the call at first base is also confirmed. The runner is out. Miami will lose their challenge.
Well, that's Bill Miller, emphatic and methodical about it. Not just both calls, but going through each one. Second base confirmed, first base confirmed. Valdez, he's done a nice job over there at first base.
Yeah, he has. Well, even if he did come off the bag to catch the baseball, it looked like he got back down, made contact with the base before the runner's foot hit.
Jonah Bride. Struck out looking last night against Justin Lawrence. Yes, he did. Struck him out. A scoreless sixth for Lawrence. Pirates up by 1. Presented by Cohen Markets. Learn how to save 20 cents off per gallon every time you visit. And by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Here inside Lone Depot Park, where
It's beautiful.
Pirates try to even the series. Kyle Stowers takes over in left, and Javier Sanoa moves from left to center. Here's Jared Triolo against Curry. Triolo, Valdez, Kiner Falefa. Curry's season debut just up today. Got Endy Rodriguez to ground out to end the 6th with 2 on, and that closes the book on Max Meyer. A couple of runs. Did very well. One of those runs unearned. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. The earned run, the Andrew McCutchen second inning homer. Triolo tried to bunt Rodriguez to second. And popped up his last time after Rodriguez led off the 5th inning with a free pass. Three and 2.
This could be a gift right here.
Gets him looking. The PNC Bank prep cam shows us who's warming up in the bullpen, and it is Colin Holderman.
Prep cam, huh? I like that name.
Yeah.
Could have gone with something like Snoop.
Could. That's a Snoop cam
like
there.
The Snoop cam right here.
You like the
That's
Snoop
what
cam?
they call it. Oh, I love it.
Do you?
Yes. Big fan. You?
Love it.
It's your favorite?
Yes.
I mean, how else would the truck know how good our hair looks today?
That's right. Two and 0 on Valdez. How about the full windup from Curry? He's done a lot of starting. You don't see that very often. He's also done a lot of relieving.
Yeah, some people just prefer that. It creates a little bit of rhythm, sets the tempo for them.
Old school.
Gets things moving. But the new school piece of it, see how his foot's on the rubber? It's already turned. He's not starting with his toes facing towards the hitter. I'm trying to remember, was it David Price was one of the first guys to do that? Go ahead and set the back foot on the rubber.
Maybe. Walks Valdez. And now IKF. Pirates have been running. It's been the story through 4 games. Another steal today. And Valdez getting some information from Tarek Brock. A pretty big leg kick, fly ball to right. 2 outs. And it's Adam Frazier. Leadoff man today. Flied out his first time and grounded out each of his last 2 times to the plate. Will be in Tampa tomorrow. George Steinbrenner Field, the 2025 home of the Tampa Bay Rays. The Yankees spring training site. Tomorrow night, Carmen Mlodzinski makes his first Pirates start. He'll be opposed by Drew Rasmussen. Pop up. And racing out there is Bride. 7th inning stretch here. 2-1.
Prepared and be ready mindset, especially to come off the bench, because if someone goes down, he said you have to be ready and help the club in any way you can. Ironically, that's exactly how his 2025 has started. His demeanor seemed so cool, calm, and collected during the plays he executed last night. The competitor in him told me he wants those moments. He wants the ball to be hit to him, and he wants to execute those tough bang-bang plays like the play at home to Joey Bart. Greg, you guys kept mentioning Frazier's persona last night, his presence on the field in those moments, but the key for him is seeing that confidence, meeting that preparation, and turning those plays on the field.
He definitely saved the ball game a couple of times yesterday and kept the Pirates in it. The play with Joey Bart, a couple other times he was in the right. We even saw him go into the outfield. I mean, the willingness to do anything that the team needs. You see Colin Holderman coming onto the game. His Valvoline numbers: 55 games last season, 3.16 ERA.
3rd game already.
Yeah.
A scoreless inning in the 9th last night, due in large part. Hannah mentioned Adam Frazier. It was the play he made, throwing out Stowers on a ball hit by Griffin Conine that kept the game tied. Holderman, despite giving up a hit and a walk, put up a 0 in that 9th inning. Caleb Ferguson up in the Pirates bullpen. Griffin Conine is due up after Fortes and then Javier Sanoa. Javier Sanoa moved to center field, and there's the bullpen Fauché. loosens for the Marlins. Calvin Fauché. So it's Hill, Fortes, Conine, and Sanoa in this 7th inning. Two and two. We'll pass along our thoughts going out to the Valentovish family. Good friend Greg Valentovish lost to his mom Marianne, known as Nana, on Monday. 3 and 2 on Derek Hill. Scored the Marlins' only run. In that 2nd inning, he bunted. Valdez made that nice play at first for Pittsburgh. Derek Hill is caught looking. Start planning your 2025 Pirates group outing. Group tickets come with the option to add on exclusive fan experiences, loaded value, and much more. To purchase tickets for your group, visit pirates.com/groups.
Wow.
Nowhere close to that sweeper. That fooled Fortes badly.
You think Fortes is gearing up for 97?
Yeah.
Look at this, trying to get the barrel out. That's 3 feet from the strike zone.
Grounded out against Colin Holderman. Fortes. Oh, was hit by a pitch on opening day. Nick Fortes today, he has doubled in the game's only run for the Fish and hit the ball at the warning track in center. Was 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored last night. Also robbed of a hit by Jack Sawinski last night. Year-old from DeLand, Florida. Nick Fortes. Might have been a strike if he catches.
He might get that call there.
Full count.
Get it out front here, Holdy.
Back-to-back strikeouts looking.
There we go. You see the good two-seam sink in action from Colin. And that's set up with a couple of breaking balls that he was trying to run away from Nick Fortes. It's a fastball, essentially looked like it was right down the middle of the plate, but that arm side run that Colin Holderman gets so much of, it's hard to cover expectation of the baseball going either direction like that. Back-to-back splits. I know Colin was working on a 4-seam fastball a lot in spring training. Now might be the time to run it up out of the zone away from left-handed swinging Conine here.
Toward left center field, long run back, gone. On the day his dad entered the Marlins Hall of Fame, Griffin Conine homers to tie it. Opposite field, impressive.
Well, he robbed a homer from Jack Sawinski yesterday, and now to get one of his own. This was that four-seam fastball I was talking about from Colin Holderman. Just too much of the plate, and especially after the split that was well off the plate, you could see Andy Rodriguez was set up in for trying to jam Conine. When it sailed out over the plate, he was able to get extended and do damage.
Tied up. Off the 8th. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Shows you this play he made in the 5th inning. Covered a lot of ground in a hurry.
Yes, he did. Almost 60 feet, 25.8 feet per second on the run. Full extension. Brian Reynolds been taking up some aviation.
Huh.
He was flying.
Calvin Fauché is the new pitcher. He pitched a scoreless inning last night.
He did, and you see his numbers from last season. 53 games, 246 opponent average, 3.19 ERA, 6 saves.
He faced Reynolds in last night's ball game and got him to bounce out to second. The 9th inning. Just like last night, there'll be a 4-3 putout. That brings Tommy Pham to the plate. Otto Lopez on to Wagaman. Griffin Conine's home run ties it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pham had 1 of the 5 hits against the starter, Max Meyer. Marlins are trying to pick up their first opening series win since the pandemic 2020 year. They took 2 of 3 from the Phillies. Pirates swept the 4-game series here last year, opening up 2024. Deep short. Edwards a 1-hopper to Wagaman. Brings up McCutchen, and now a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Nobody sells Lazy Boy for less. Levin Furniture and Mattress.
McCutchen's home run in the 2nd inning, leading off against Max Meyer, gave the Pirates a 1-0 lead. His 800th career extra base hit in Major League Baseball. (2,154 hits overall for him, which is 206th among all players in the history of the game. 2-1. Now 611 extra base hits in Pirates history. That's 5th all time in the history of the franchise. A 3-1 count.
Make a mistake here. Let's watch Kutch do it again.
Levin Furniture Mattress strike zone. 3-2. And he's going to get called for a pitch violation, and it's going to be ball 4. A pace clock violation for Fauché.
Center fielder number 65, Jack Zelensky. Your attention, please. Pitch ready for the Pirates. Number 30, G1 Bay.
Now G1 Bay will pinch run for McCutcheon. So he absolutely will be on the move. That's why you haven't been there. Got to steal second as soon as possible.
Yep. First or second pitch here.
Well, he shut it down. Ball 1.
What happened there? Lose his footing on that second step or something?
I don't know. Gotta believe you're gonna get a throw over at least. There's one. Got back easily. Trying to get into scoring position for Sawinski. Wants to go. Doesn't. As Fauché held it there for just a split second longer.
Yeah, nice
Flinch
job.
from Bay.
Mentioned it earlier in the ball game how the Marlins are a little more intentional with their timing, how long they're holding the ball before they deliver the pitch. Trying to do something to slow down the Pirates on the base pass.
And again, he was going to go and shuts it down. Just not confident, apparently, in the first couple steps. Three and 0. And he takes a strike. G1 Bay stole 24 bases 2 years ago in the big league level.
Got to go here.
Especially now, we talked about this last night, when you're out of disengagements. You would think as a base runner you'd be able to increase that lead substantially. There he goes, taken for a ball 4, and boy, oh boy. G1 Bay unaware that it was ball 4.
Is he hurt?
And it looks like he's
hurt.
pulled something.
Uh-oh. Looks like a hamstring.
Yep.
He's got to know the situation there. 3-1 count, 2 outs. We saw him peek in, but I mean, it's ball 4.
Tony Leo
says he's okay.
Out there along with Shelton. And here's Andy Rodriguez.
The catcher number 5, Andy Rodriguez.
Looking for his first hit of 2025. Strike 1. Walked and scored in the 5th. A great base running by Andy Rodriguez. Into the running lane. Hit by the throw. And then scored on the infield hit by Kiner Falefa. That gave the Pirates a 2-1 lead. He's in the hole 0-2. Griffin Conine, an opposite field home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Bay is going to be safe at third on a bang-bang play and a heck of a try by Fortes. Boy, did he get that ball quickly to third base.
Yes, he did. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have thrown to second base. Jack Sawinski a little slower with a read. It's a good hop back to him.
This will be a crew chief review of the safe call at third base.
A crew chief review this time. They're out of challenges, but you can request a crew chief review late in games.
And it looks like they're going to win this one. Showing it on the big screen. This is the view they're showing on the big screen right now, and you'll see the glove does get down right on G1 Bay's forearm before the fingertips get to the base. Right there.
Well, this is not a clinic in base running by G1 Bay. The shutdowns on his steps towards second with Sawinski at the plate, and then stopping halfway on ball 4. Looked like he pulled something, stayed in the game, and now is he going to be out? Boy, that's really bad stuff. And a tie game headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2. You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com, whether it's via our app on your phone or tablet, using a web browser, or on your smart TV, Fire TV, Apple TV, or Roku. As long as you are in SNP's territory, you can log in with your provider credentials and get direct access to Pirates games, plus all of the Pittsburgh sports content you love. Here's Caleb Ferguson for the Pirates against Xavier Edwards, who bats right-handed.
Ferguson threw a clean 7th inning on Friday night. You see his numbers from last season right there. Valvoline numbers. Faced 4 hitters on Friday evening.
All 3 of Edwards at bats today against the starter Andrew Heaney. He went 5, gave up a run on 4 hits in his Bucco debut, pitched well. Trevor Lawrence a scoreless 6th. And Colin Holderman struck out the first 2 in the 7th and gave up the game-tying homer to Griffin Conine. 37 innings of baseball in this series so far. And the Marlins have been retired in order as a great catch by Isaiah Kiner Falefa in shallow left field.
Pitch right here, cutter in on the hands of Edwards, and you see IKF kind of an in-between, first step or so in, and then great athleticism going back over his shoulder. Nice little basket catch.
The Marlins have been retired in order just 6 times. 6 innings have they gone down 1-2-3 in this series. Otto Lopez 0 for 3. Reynolds with a great catch to rob him in the 5th. Sends this one to center field. Sawinski has a beat on it. And now 2 down. You saw Anthony Bender in the bullpen, and he'll be coming on for the Fish in the 9th. Stowers pinch hit in the 6th and was hit by a Lawrence pitch. Stayed in the game to play left. Kyle Stowers. And Ferguson gets a reminder from the home plate umpire to wait for Stowers to be set and ready.
Not all that close, but it looked like Stowers kind of looking away, maybe. Surprising, but I love that Ferguson gets the ball back. Toes are rubber. He's ready. Back in with something here.
Caleb Ferguson pitched a scoreless inning on Friday. Andy Rodriguez calling time.
Yes, wisely, because just like in the top of this inning with nobody on base, Ferguson can't step off to reset the clock with nobody on base. So Indy recognized it and quickly jumped up and called time. Otherwise, it would have been a ball, and ball 4 at that.
Ends up walking him anyway. It's the second walk by a Pirates pitcher. Heaney walked a batter in 5 innings. So again, Justin Lawrence hit Stowers in the 6th. Wagaman. Ball 1. Another hit. It's first and second. Two hits on the day for Wagaman.
Trying to go in. Just a little too much of the plate. Wagaman strong enough. Didn't hit it all that well. It sounded like it was a little closer to the label than to the barrel, but strong enough to get it into the outfield.
First trip to the mound today for Oscar Marine. These Buccos will be on their way to Tampa. After this one, those Tampa Bay Rays playing their opening series at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. They have split the first 2 games of their series against the Rockies. They lead 6-4 in the 8th inning, the rubber match. In this series, the Marlins are threatening to take 3 of 4 over Pittsburgh with Jonah Bride at the plate.
Nice pitch right there. 2-0, a hitter's count for Caleb to pull the string a little bit. This is a cutter. See Brian a little bit out in front, looking for a 2-0 fastball.
Fly ball on the infield. Frazier. Well, Ferguson strands a couple and now go to the 9th, still tied. Bender, who faces Andy Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the plate when Ji-Hwan Bae was thrown out, trying to advance on the ball in the dirt. Nick Fortes threw him out initially, ruled safe. The crew chief review. Bae was out.
Take a look at Bender's numbers from last season. 59 games. Led the Marlins bullpen in appearances. 4.08 ERA. Threw a clean inning last night in his season debut.
And another violation. It's too much time. David Bednar in the Pirates bullpen. Andy Rodriguez draws a walk. 3 straight Pirates have drawn walks. Second game of our doubleheader yet to come here at SNP. Penn's getting ready to face off against the Ottawa Senators coming up at 5. Pre-game coverage for that one currently underway on SNP Plus. To find SNP Plus, check the channel finder at sportsnetpittsburgh.com or click on the QR code on your screen. Of course, you won't have to go anywhere to see the game because that will be right here on SNP following this one. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's O'Neill Cruz to bat for Jared Triolo. Here in the 9th inning. Andy Rodriguez is on. Cruz walked 4 times last night, including an intentional walk in the 10th inning. He did not face Anthony Bender. Bender pitched a 1-2-3 8th inning last night's ball game. Nearly gave up the home run, should have. The Jack Sawinski drive the other way was caught by Griffin Conine leaping over the wall. 1 ball, 1 strike, reaching over the wall.
Good looking slider there from Bender. I'm thinking that 1-0 fastball that got Bender back into the count 1-1 might be the best pitch to hit that O'Neill's going to see. Likely to see another pitch that looks like a strike ends up a ball. Unless it's a mistake.
Two balls, 2 strikes on the pinch hitter. He's batting for Triolo. Did he go? He did. Strikeout.
That's what I mean right there. That slider or sweeper from Anthony Bender, you'll see here on the replay, it looks like a strike for a little bit and then well out of the zone. Yeah, just couldn't hold up.
Manuel Valdez. Drive the other way. And another misses. Oh, the Marlins have played some kind of defense.
Yes, they have. Stowers gets a great jump on this. Nice read. Oh, plays it perfect. Hit it somewhere else.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, infield RBI single in the 5th that brought home the 2nd run of the game for the Pirates. They had that 2-1 lead, but in the 7th inning with 2 outs, Griffin Conine homered off Holderman to tie it. Rodriguez takes off for second. It's another stolen base. 2 for the Pirates today. 16 in the first 4 games of the season. Matching the 1903 New York Giants for the most steals in baseball.
This will be a crew chief challenge.
Another crew chief challenge.
Second base.
Request crew chief reviews, and that's what they've done since they're out of challenges.
Yeah, we're going to get this one too.
The Marlins are heading off the field convinced they're watching the big screen.
Yeah, this is the angle they saw on the big screen that you heard the cheers from the crowd.
Chief review overturns an original call. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning as Rodriguez is caught stealing. Tied up. And David Bednar comes on here in the bottom of the 9th.
You see the Valvoline numbers from David last year in 62 games. 23 saves, 57 2/3 innings pitched. He got his first save of the season a couple of nights ago. Friday night, he retired the last 3 he faced.
This is Derek Hill. Bednar pitched opening day, suffered the loss, and ball 1. Derek Hill 0 for 3. That save game on Friday, Bednar walked Matt Mervis to start the 9th, and that one should have been a strike, maybe poorly received.
There we go.
Otto Lopez homered off Bednar in that 9th inning, and then he went on to retire Dane Myers, Liam Hicks, and Derek Hill was the last batter he faced. Struck him out on a high fastball on Friday. Top toward the new third baseman, Key Brian Hayes. Bare hand play and safe. See if they tag him. He did kind of lean toward second, but they say no. It was an efforting toward second base, so he'll reach on an infield hit to start the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, just a little swing and bunt there. This is the breaking ball from David. Derek Hill gets on top of it. We saw Hill get down the line really well earlier in the ball game. Nothing Valdez can do there.
Nick Fortes. Will he try to bunt him to second? Nope. Ball 1. Tried to bunt these. Marlins tried to bunt in the 2nd for a force play. There he goes and sails into center field, and he's going to wind up at third base. The winning run is 90 feet away. Stolen base and an error. Nobody out.
been on the other side of it most of this series, showing how speed and aggressiveness on the base paths can put pressure on the defense. And this is case in point right here, unfortunately, against the Pirates. Andy Rodriguez just lets the ball sail on him a little bit. Nothing Adam Frazier can do there. And this changes everybody's approach. Kind of wondering why with a 2-0 count we don't go ahead and put Fortes on.
Yeah. And this will do it. The Marlins walk it off 3 times in the series and take 3 of 4 over the Pirates. Wow.
Yeah, this is frustrating, Brownie. Frustrating. This is not what you expected coming into Miami with the roster they have, the lineup they put out there, and everybody hurt in the pitching staff with Miami. You kind of felt like the Pirates, the expectation was to come in here and win this series, take 3, or like last year, take all 4 games, and that just hasn't happened. And I think when you look back on this series, it's not so much the Marlins you look at. I think you have to look internally and the different things that the Pirates have done to beat themselves. Just not good baseball right now, but it's just the first 4 games of the season. We did get 1 win, so now we've got to find a way to put it behind us, go into Tampa, and turn the page. But this is not at all feel good at all.
Yeah, exactly opposite of what you wanted to do, of course, to start this critical season.
Well,
this Pirates team.
It's not just the record. I think it's how all 3 of these ball games have been lost. There's several things you can point out that the Pirates just haven't done well. And yeah, it doesn't feel good.
No, and facing a tough opponent starting tomorrow night, the Tampa Bay Rays. Don't forget, come up at 5 o'clock. We'll have the Pens and Senators right here on S&P. But in the meantime, we'll take you back to our North Shore studios for Pirates Extra Innings for post-game coverage for this one. Rob King, Michael McHenry, and Stephen Broe will have lots to say about this one right after the break. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.